Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to Birth Chart One-on-One. So, my name is Dee, and I am a business astrologer, and I've been practicing astrology for many years now. And I really wanted to come here today to give you some foundational tips as to how it is that you can start reading your birth chart today. So, why is it so important to know about your birth chart? Well, your birth chart is pretty much like your soul's blueprint, okay? It's like your personal, user's manual. And when you understand how this user's manual work, well, then you understand how to intentionally do specific actions, specific steps to start manifesting your goals, no matter if it's in business or in your personal life, way faster. Okay. Think of this as, trying to assemble IKEA furniture. Okay. So let's say you just bought this brand new, piece of furniture at IKEA and then you're trying to assemble it. Well, you have two choices. You can either try to wing it, and it's probably going to take you like a fair amount of time to figure out all the pieces out there, or you can take the user's manual and assemble your piece of furniture in half the time that it would have taken you without it. This is the same thing with, your birth chart, astrology, and manifesting your dreams and goals in life. Okay. When you understand your birth chart, you understand your own user's manual. So you understand exactly what steps you need to take in order to achieve your dream relationship, in order to get that raise at work, in order to start your business and get your first, customers in order to create 10K more in your months, like whatever it is you want to achieve, your birth chart holds the answer as to how you can achieve it and how you can achieve it two times faster than if you didn't understand how this whole thing works. Okay. So, first things first, how do you generate a birth chart? Well, this is very easy. In order to do so, you're going to need three things. Okay. You're going to need your time of birth, your date of birth, and your place of birth. And yes, you need the exact time of birth. Okay. Because just a 30-minute difference can change your whole birth chart. So you do need to make sure that you get that exact time clocked in. Now, next step, I'm going to introduce you to my favorite tool to generate your birth chart. So this is astro.com. Now, there are a lot of apps or website that you can use to generate your birth chart. Astro.com is honestly my personal favorite. Why? Because it has a lot of different features and tools that you can use to learn astrology or get even more deeper into your practice of astrology. So this is very practical for me. Um, Now feel free to use whatever you want to generate your birth chart. But for the purpose of this exercise, if you want to add something that looks exactly like what I'm going to show you, well, just go and use astro.com. So astro.com is going to ask you to create an account. Now, this takes literally 2 minutes, and it's super practical because it means that each time that you're coming back to it, you don't have to re-enter your informations each time. It's like one thing done, logged in, finished. So create your account. And once you have created your account, you're going to get on this homepage here. Now, to generate your birth chart, you're going to go on the three little lines at the left here. Click on it. Going to click on free horoscopes, drawings, and data, extended chart selection. And then you're going to get onto this page here. Now, it's your first time, you're going to need to click the little button add here. I'm not going to do it because I think I reached the maximum of charts that I can add on this account. But you just click the green button and then it's going to ask you to plug the exact information that I told you should get, like your time of birth, your date of birth, and your place of birth. So click the add button, save your chart. And once that is done, it's going to take you back to this page. So you're going to go and select your chart. So in this case, we're going to select mine. So, okay, here we go. Mine, here we go. Now, those settings here, you're not touching. Okay, don't touch those. Now, the house system, though, I personally read in whole signs. Okay. There's like a bunch of different systems. There's not one that's better than the other. My personal favorite is whole signs because it just makes it like easier to teach, understand, and also the one that fits the best with human design. So if you're deep into human design, well, this is very good for you. So again, if you want to have something that is going to look like the chart I'm going to work with for this, well, just select the house system that says whole signs here. Okay, so once this is all done, you're going to click on show the chart. So this is what it gives you. It's like a circular chart with like a bunch of lines and things inside. So this is your birth chart. Now, the birth chart in itself is a picture of, where the planets were at the time of your birth. So this is what my birth chart looks like. This is my soul, guys. And the chart is going to have like a bunch of lines in here, like blue lines, red lines, triangles, squares, different shapes, forms. It doesn't matter what yours look like. Okay, you can have more line, less lines, more triangles, more squares. Okay, it doesn't matter. There's not like one chart that is better than the other. It's just different. It's your soul, guys. Okay. So no matter how this look like, it's okay. It's fine. Don't worry if you have more or less line. Okay. You're just perfect the way you are. So you're going to notice that this chart is separated into 12 different sections. Like you see the little numbers here, like 1 to 12, like that. Well, those are the houses. Okay. Your chart has 12 houses. Now, this is the same for every chart. Okay. Every chart has 12 houses. And those houses represents areas of your life. Okay. The houses in astrology are the where. So where is something going to happen? Where is this most going to impact you in your life? Okay. Now, next is like on the circle, the outside, you have like different symbols here, like those little symbols. Well, those are the symbols for the zodiac signs. Okay, so the one that I just circled there is Scorpio. Now, I strongly, strongly suggest that if you're serious about learning astrology and, going deeper into it, that you learn each of these symbols and what sign they correspond to. Just because it's going to be faster and easier for you that, each time you're going to see a chart, you're not going to be like, ooh, what is this? Like, oh, this is strange. Wait, I'm going to go and Google it. Oh, yeah, this is Libra, so it's just faster, okay, for you to get the things. Now, the signs in astrology, they represent the how. So how is this specific like transit or full moon or new moon going to impact you? How are you going to react when XYZ thing happen in your life? Okay. Now, the last thing that we have is those little like elements, like those black elements inside of the chart. So each of those elements represent a planet or a specific point in the sky that has some importance. Okay, so you don't need to learn them all for today. This is not what we're doing. So just know that those little black things, they represent planets and elements. Now, planets and elements in astrology are the what. Okay, what is going to get impacted? Is it your thought process? Is it your actions? Is it your emotions? Is it your money? Is it your love? So, to sum it up, the houses are the where, the zodiac signs are the how, and the planets and elements are the what. So, here we go. That's like the very foundations of what a birth chart is and how it is constructed. Now, without necessarily knowing like all of your elements and all of your zodiac signs, there's already like a lot of things that you can tell about your soul from just looking at how the elements are placed on your chart. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line in the middle of the chart, okay? So, okay, my line is not like the straightest, but you get it right. So this line separates your chart in two. So yeah, like the bottom part and the top part. Now, depending where your elements are kind of like regrouping, this can tell you if you're more like of an introverted person or an extroverted person. So, someone with like a lot of element on their top parts is going to be more extroverted versus someone who has more elements on their bottom part is going to be more introverted. Now, my chart is pretty like balanced for this, okay? I'm very imbalanced in other places, don't worry. Um, but if you were to count like the elements, you would notice that I have slightly more on my top part. So it's kind of like I'm an extroverted person. I'm not shy, but there are like a lot of situations where I'm just like, laying low, being in the background and doing my thing. Now, I'm going to show you a chart like where it's like super obvious, okay? Like what the person is. So don't worry, I have like permission from those people. Okay. So that person is like fucking obvious, okay? Like all of her elements are like almost at the bottom. So it's very obvious that this person is like more an introverted person. And that person is my mom. And I can definitely confirm with you guys that she's more of an introverted person than an extroverted person. She doesn't like to have attention on her. She just like to do her thing, mind her own business and lay low as much as possible. Now I'm going to show you an example where it's very obvious that the person is like extroverted. Mhm. So you see there's like a shitload of elements at the top of his chart. So this person obviously loves to be out in the public, loves to have the attention on them. And this person is an entertainer. Okay, so he loves to be on stage. He loves to be seen by people. He loves to have people recognize him in the street. So I can definitely tell you that this is very, very fitting right now. Okay, so now you know. Let's go back to my chart. I'm going to show you something else. Okay, so now what happens if I bring the line to separate the chart the other way? So what happens if I just like bring the line to like cut it in half like that? Again, sorry, my line is not the straightest. Obviously, drawing is not my forte. So this separates your chart in like left and right side. So again, if someone has more of their elements like concentrated on the left part of your chart. So if you have like you separate your chart and you see that there are more elements on the left part of your chart, it means that you are someone who is more self-led. So you don't necessarily need to have like, second or third opinions before making a decision. You know what you want, and you also believe that you create your own fate. So you might believe in spirituality. I mean, of course, you're here, so you might believe in it. But you ultimately believe that you are the only one that can choose a path for yourself. There might be like three different paths that universe is like proposing to you, but ultimately you're the only one that can choose the path that you're gonna take. Now, let's say that you have more elements on the right side of your chart. Well, that means that you are more like people led. So you are more easily influenced by external factors. Like you're someone who's going to love to get like a second, a third, and fourth opinion before making a decision. You're someone that is going to be influenced by external factors. So you know, maybe the opinion of a group, of your community. You're someone who loves to be like, okay, well, I'm just gonna ask my friends, like my circle, their opinions before I commit to decision. Or you're going to, be more influenced by what you see in the news or, what's happening in the world, and you're going to let this influence your decisions. doesn't like, one or the other is not necessarily like better or worse. It's just like how you are. And it's just a matter of fact of learning how to deal with those. Like someone that is more self-led can be like super independent and sometimes can hurt people's feelings because they don't ask for their opinion, versus someone who is more people-led can be over dependent on opinions. So there's like pros and cons for each side. It's just a matter of knowing this about yourself. So when you kind of like catch yourself falling into one extreme or another, you can rectify it. Okay. Ultimately, this is why knowing about your birth chart is so important and powerful. It doesn't mean that, now that you're aware that you have imperfections or that, there are things that you need to work on, that it's the end of the world and that you're kind of like condemned to, follow a specific pattern. No, it just means that you're more knowledgeable, that you're more aware of this. So you can be more intentional around the ways that you react and do things. And you're also more aware of, the pet traps that you have a tendency to fall into. So you can catch yourself doing it faster. So the other thing that I want to show you, are you more of like a nocturnal or, a day person? This could influence like, the your own personal cycles and, where you're going to tend to be more or less productive. So I want you to look at your sun. The sun, I mean, it's like that circle that looks like a sun. It's very easy. Now, you remember when I separated the chart in like this? Well, this is your horizon line, on your chart. So if the sun is above this line, it means that you're more of like a day person. The sun is under this line, it means that you're more of a night person. Now, if you're like, a night worker right now, I don't know, you're a nurse and you're working the night shifts and your sun is like above the line, don't freak out. Okay? It doesn't mean that your world is going to end. You can totally keep on doing the night shifts. It just means that your soul naturally gets more productive and more like expanded when it works in daytime. And I'm going to give you a very specific example of this. Well, I'm a stripper. So before like, starting my astrology business, and I'm still a stripper to this day. So I've been doing this for 10 years. It's not something new. And well, I mean, strippers like have night schedules, right? So I'm mostly like, I operate mostly at night. Like I get up like later in the afternoon and I go to bed like at like 4 or 5 in the morning. But as you can see, my sun is like above the line. So I should technically have more of a day schedule. And this is something that I notice about myself. When I go on vacation and I don't necessarily strip or like, I take some time off, I naturally go back to a day schedule and I can feel my body being more productive. Okay. I can feel my body being even more awake. It's just that production and doing things come easier for me when I'm having this cycle and this schedule that is more of a daytime schedule. Now, some people are the opposite. They work a lot better at night. Like one of my business besties is like, working her best magic like from midnight forward. Like she doesn't work her best magic before midnight. It doesn't happen. So it's just a matter of understanding like how your soul is like naturally doing things and how it naturally wants to do things. Okay. After that, it's a decision and as to how you integrate this into your life or if you integrate it at all. Okay. It doesn't mean that you cannot be successful. It's just a matter of optimizing what you're doing or not. Now, the last thing that I want to tell you about is the main threes in astrology. So we all know our sun sign. The sun sign is like the easiest thing to know because it's the sign that is like related to the date that we were born. So if we are born in Cancer season, like I am, well, you're going to be a Cancer. If you're born in Aries season, well, you're going to be an Aries. The thing is, there are so many people that are not necessarily like um associating themselves with their sun sign. Like they're not like 100% relating to their sun sign. And there's a reason for this because ultimately there are more than just three signs or elements to consider in a birth chart, but those three are the core foundation of your soul. Okay, so it takes at least, that's a bare minimum, guys, at least three signs to kind of like start defining the person that you are. So we've talked about the sun sign, that's the date you were born. But then there's the rising sign, that's the AC. And then after that, there's the moon sign. Okay. So as you can see, I'm a Cancer sun, I'm a Scorpio rising, and I'm a Leo moon. So let's start with the sun. The sun is like your core identity, it's your core values. But it's not necessarily the first thing that people are going to notice about you. People that are closer to you tend to see more of your sun sign, but the people that, for example, you just meet or like your coworkers, don't necessarily get to see the full side of your sun sign. Okay, so this is why we have the rising sign. The rising sign is most likely the sign and the characteristics that you embody most on a daily basis. Okay, your rising sign is how you present yourself to the world naturally. And it's how other people are more likely going to see you. You know, we all have like those different faces, right? That we have in life. We have the personality and the face that we reserve for the people that are closer to us. Well, this is your sun sign. And then we have the face that we reserve for, the rest of the world. This is your rising sign. Now, the third thing that you have is your moon sign. Well, the moon sign represents your emotions, okay? It represents what you need to be emotionally fulfilled in your life. So no matter what you're doing in life, like if it's business, if it's partnership, if it's like, art and craft, like no matter what that is, the moon sign characteristics are those that you're going to always need to feel like 100% emotionally fulfilled and happy. So the moon sign is your emotional world. Okay. Now, this was just like a little like review of what a birth chart can do for you and how it gets to be used to, tell more about yourself. Already with those things that I showed you today, you can have a good idea of who you are at your core. And you can also start like looking at your friends, your clients, your families, your partner's birth chart, and you can already start telling things about them too, just with what I showed you today. So imagine the depth that you could go into if you were to learn the whole shebang. If you were to learn about all of the planets and elements in there, if you were to learn about all the zodiac signs, all their characteristics, about all the houses and, those different aspects of life where you can get impacted by different, transits and planets in daily life. Well, this is what I'm teaching you in my next program, Astro School Birth Chart Edition. I want to take you deeper and I want to teach you about all the zodiac signs, all the planets, all the houses, but most importantly, how can you interpret all of those things together? Okay, I want to show you and teach you how to read your own personal user's manual. I want to show you how you get to be the best version of yourself. I want to show you how you get to manifest things 2 times faster in your life. Okay. And this is what we do with Astro School Birth Chart Edition. Okay, over 5 modules, I am showing you how to interpret the planets, the zodiac sign, the houses, and how to read all of those things together so you can start acting intentionally every day of your life in order to get what you want faster than everyone else around you. Okay, this is powerful. And if you get into the Astro School right now, today, you are getting it at an all-time low price of 555. Now, normally this program is 777, and today I am doing you a major deal of saving $222. Okay, but this is today. The more you wait, the more the price is going to go up. This as the I'm telling you guys, okay? I've never done this before. I used to sell this program at like almost $1,000 because it's that valuable, okay? But I know that more people need to have access to this. I know that more people deserve to manifest all of their goals and their dreams in life. And you are one of those person, okay? You deserve to have everything that you want, and you deserve to have it way faster. So this is what I'm doing for you inside Astro School Birth Chart Edition. So check out the details below of that video on how it is that you can grab your spot in Astro School Birth Chart Edition and start learning about your soul language, about the language of the stars, about how you were meant to get everything that you want faster and not in a year right now. Okay, this is the power of astrology, and I'm offering you this amazing gift today inside Astral School Birth Chart Edition. So go check it out, guys. Grab the special price right now, today, and I will see you guys inside. Okay, that was my pleasure to be with you, and I will talk to you soon.